Hey y'all, so today we're just going to talk, okay? Um, I'm new to this, so please forgive me. Um, I don't really know, the all that other stuff as far as like, you know, editing and all that, but today I'm just gonna talk and I'm just gonna talk. So anyway, let's get it popping. Welcome, welcome y'all, here in Neek's world. So I just basically what I want to do is communicate with you all about life. Um, Start with my own life, and then just giving you, I would call them golden nuggets, or forgot the word I'm trying to think of. What's the word? Teachable moments, teachable lessons in life. And I just want to share those with you all. Different occasions come in my life, and I've learned something. I want to pass it on, because I believe that we are here to help others. There's no point in going through things in life and not get nothing out of it. You don't want to go through all that pain, all that struggle, and that heartache, and then that's it. You know what I mean? So basically what I mean is, like, if basically what my channel is going to be about is life lessons that I've been through, and the light of the tunnel, the end of the tunnel, the situation, to try to help those who have found themselves in various situations that I've been in, and that way you can learn from my experience so that you can get out sooner than you having to wait to get to the end of the tunnel and then realize that, because for me, I'm gonna just be honest, a lot of the situations that I've been in my life were because I did not have someone available to me to help me along the way. Now, granted, I had God, but I did not have a teacher to introduce me to God in a way that I can learn and understand God for myself, to where it is now when I find myself in situations, I know that I can go to Him. However, I will say this, that God does send people along the way as well to help us. And it's one of His representatives that He'll send. And in order for you to know, you will have to have discernment and wisdom to know the difference, because everybody has their own opinions and their own way of, what they think is best for you, but no one really knows what's best for you other than God. Now, don't get me wrong, our parents, they love us and they want us to do what some parents have a heavy vision for their children, and as a parent you should have a vision for your children, but the vision is, this is where it becomes a problem. The vision that you should have for your children should be one that is aligned with God. For instance, if there's a child who wants to do makeup, and your vision for your child is to be a basketball player, like, that's your vision, that's not their vision. And if you take the time to pay attention to your children, to know certain details and things of your child, you would help them along their journey. That's their life. Even though you may not find it suitable, you may not understand it, you may not even like it, it's not for you to make that decision. Everyone came here with gifts, talents, and things like that. And as a parent, it's your job to figure out what your child is best at, what they're here for, what God intended for them, and then put them on that path. Help them, guide them along that path so that they can benefit everything that life has to offer them and what is for them. Because when you don't do that, your child is lost. And however, there's no book on parenting. That's true, but there is a book about life. And in that book, it will guide you to be the parent that you need to be, because technically a lot of us as parents think that, we have a baby and, they cute and we dress them up and we do their hair and we do all that good stuff and take them to the doctor and we put them in sports or we put them in cheerleading and dance and all that sort of stuff. And that might not be what they want to do. And now they're doing it because they want to please their parents. They don't want to let their parent down. They don't want to tell their parent, like, this is really not for me. I don't want to be a lawyer, or I don't want to be a doctor. I want to, and don't get me wrong, sometimes things do influence or have influences in a way of certain things. I will say that, but that's a different situation. And don't get me wrong, even if God did tell you that this is something that God intended for them, God still wants us to make that our choice. Just like in our life, we make choices that don't go with God's will. And God doesn't stop us from that. He just constantly shows us that this is not his will, but we continue to do what it is we want to do. And that's just being honest. So anyway, I had said all that to say that, that was just an example of a snippet of some things that I will be talking about and sharing with you all, so that we all can make better choices and better decisions and have a better perspective of life, so that we can get the best out of life. A lot of situations that we find ourselves in, some of it is due to our own mind, our own will, our own emotions and things like that, which God granted us to have, but we have to maturely, and we have to seek his will, we have to seek his wisdom daily to have a better perspective, so that when we do encounter things in our life, we can make the better choice than making a poorly choice, or the same choices that we did make. We can have a change and a renewed mind, which is in Romans, in God's word, about renewing your mind. Don't renew your mind for less, renew your mind for the better. And the only way you can do that is in God's word. So like I said, I'm just here to pass along some things. I don't want to live my life in vain. I do have children, so I know that I'll be passing the same things I'm passing on to you, to them. But it's ultimately their decision, just as well as it's yours and mine, to make that choice when we go through, different situations in life. So I guess what I'm going to share today is, I guess just, I've been through a lot. I mean, I don't even know really where to start, but I've been through a lot. I grew up and I had my dad. He worked a lot, like from 6 o'clock in the morning to about 6 in the evening. So when I got home from school, he wasn't there until later on. He made dinner, went to bed, and that was my life. However, becoming a teenager and all that type of stuff, I'm changing, I'm growing, I'm going through things, and I really didn't know who I can go to and talk to. I really felt like I couldn't really talk to him because the way our relationship was set up, he was married to my stepmom, and I really don't like talking about my stepmom because I don't want to make her look evil, because that's not the goal. But I can't help what role she played and what she did in my life. But as I got older, I reflected on a lot of things, and I will say some of the things that she said that I took wrong, or I just didn't have the perspective that she had at the time to understand what she was trying to say to me. And I also say this to us as parents, that there are different ways that kids learn or communicate or understand. And I mean, like, some kids, you can just tell them things and they'll pick it up and they'll get it. Some kids need demonstration, or constant reinforcement and things like that. Like, it's just different things that kids need, and it's not just kids, because we were kids. So those are things that we need. And as an adult, when you become an adult, you have to learn these things, so that way when you speak to different people, whether it be job, church, at an event, an outing, or what such, you'll know different types of people. Everybody does not have the same mindset. Everybody doesn't think the same way. Everybody does not be motivated to move on the execution action the same way. Some people, being rude and disrespectful is not the way. And my stepmom, she had children before she met my dad, and those are her kids. So she loves them and she knows them and she raised them and they know her. She's there for them. But the same love and compassion and things that she had for her children, she didn't have that for my dad's children. And so when she would deal with his kids, it would be in a way that came off aggressive, sometimes rude, disrespectful, and of a knowing that we supposed to just know. And granted, you're supposed to get to know the person. Like, if you're in a relationship with someone, whether it be male or female, who has other children that are not your children, your job is to get to know the child personally in your own way, because ultimately that is your personal relationship. Even if you and the parent even if you and the parent decides that this is not, it was good while I was here and now it's time to go over differences for whatever reason. At the end of the day, you want to leave a positive remark on your behalf with that child, because they're going to grow up and they're going to remember these things. And that's the problem that I have with a lot of people, because of all of the things that I've experienced in my life and at my age and where I am today, a lot of people have this mindset that I'm supposed to know what I'm supposed to know because of my age. And this is where people don't understand. And this is why when it comes to judging people and having that knowing you're supposed to know, you can't say what someone's supposed to know if they wasn't taught. Like, if someone was taught that rice was ice cream, and every time they see rice, they call it ice cream, you can't get mad at them for thinking that. That's what they were taught, or that's what they know. It's your job, instead of laughing, telling everybody, they think rice ice cream, laughing. That's not going to better the situation. That's nothing. You can simply explain, show them why it's called ice cream. What makes it be ice cream? What's the difference between ice cream and rice? Break it down so that they can, okay, and whoever told them that lie, you just open the truth for them. And that's just simply what it is. And it kills me that people does that. Like, it really, 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 really kills me. And for my life, majority of my life, that's what it's been. And it stemmed from her. Or, growing up, she had this expectation that I'm supposed to just know. And I will give you a small little glimpse of my relationship. It's like that too. Like, my kid's father just assumes or expects me to just know. And yeah, we've been together for a very, very long time. But when we were even though we've been together for a long time, our relationship has been different. It's like the times that when we were younger, and then growing up, and the time, me being on my own, or me being with him and him doing things that he was doing. And like, even though we were together at times, we weren't together. And now that we are adults and we kind of like got a better understanding of what we want and where we trying to go, and the difference of relationships and things like that, and trying to become one, it's because of all the things that we've been through, and the assumption that I'm supposed to just know this and he's supposed to just know that. It's like, you have to teach. Life is teaching constantly. Every day you're learning. How many times, like, just remember when you were a child, how many times did your parents say something over and the same thing over and over and over and over and over again? If your parents have to say the same thing to you over and over and over again for you to finally get it and understand on your own, how many times do you think that's going to happen in a relationship? You have to understand, a relationship is it's two people, individual. There's some things that you have in common. There's some things that you don't have in common. There's some things that you like. There's some things that you don't like. There's some, I'm going to have to go because I got a call. So we could pick this up another day. Have a great day. Have a blessed one. Talk to you all later.